Hello everyone, welcome back to ESL Drill. This is part 2 of reported speech. In part 1 we covered reporting verb change, conjunctions and connecting words, and personal pronouns. Now in this video we are going to cover tense change and adverbs of time and place, and finally modal verbs. So let's first talk about tense change. You know, tense takes one step back from direct speech to indirect speech. Like if we have simple present tense in actual speech, it changes to simple past, and simple past changes to past perfect. And what about past perfect tense? Any guesses? Yes, it remains unchanged. Past perfect does not change. And present perfect also becomes past perfect. Now, you know, simple past becomes past perfect and present perfect becomes past perfect. So, please remember that these two tenses change to past perfect and past perfect remains unchanged. And let's discuss continuous tenses. Present continuous becomes past continuous and past continuous becomes past perfect continuous. And past perfect continuous does not change. Present perfect continuous also becomes past perfect continuous. Now, there is a tip for you. Changing simple past to past perfect is optional. But in the examination, you are supposed to change simple past to past perfect. Okay. Now let's see the tense change with example sentences. I am busy. Now here am changes to was busy, was in the simple past. Are changes to were. Do or does change to did. Now simple past becomes past perfect. If it is just a state, it becomes had been. Action becomes had done. And have been also becomes had been. Has done becomes had done. Present perfect to past perfect. Now let's look at continuous tenses. Am reading becomes was reading. Is working becomes was working. Are writing becomes were writing. And then to past perfect continuous. Had been reading, had been working, had been writing. And present perfect continuous also becomes past perfect continuous. Like have been working changes to had been working. Have been writing changes to had been writing. And we discussed this point. Changing simple past to past perfect is optional. Now shall we try an exercise? Take a pen and a piece of paper and try to change these sentences into indirect speech. You need not copy down the questions. Write down the answers. Pause the video and do it. Okay. Now, check your answers here. He said, I am a lawyer. This changes to, he said that he was a lawyer. I think you have written it correctly. She said he is my husband. Changes to, she said that he was her husband. They said we are innocent. This changes to, they said that they were innocent. Murali said, I do not like tennis. This changes to, Murali said that he did not like tennis. Maheshwari said, he does not play chess. Now this changes to, Maheshwari said that he did not play chess. So please note down the tense change. Sachin said, I did not play well. This is simple past. Sachin said that he had not played well. The commentator said he has done well. Now this changes to the commentator said that he had done well. Present perfect to past perfect. Dhoni said we had played well before. Now this changes to Dhoni said that they had played well before. No change because that is past perfect. Mother said, I'm cooking lunch. This changes to Mother said that she was cooking lunch. Present continuous to past continuous. Father said, I was driving home then. This changes to Father said that he had been driving home then. Past continuous to past perfect continuous. The children said, we have finished our work. This changes to the children said that they had finished their work. Finally, she said, I had been coughing for 2 hours. This changes to she said that she had been coughing for 2 hours. No change in the tense. Have you noticed it? Now, you can pause the video for a moment and then check your answers carefully. Okay, let's move on. We have discussed how tense changes, but there are occasions when tense does not change at all. Now here are the two occasions. First one, if the reporting verb is in present tense or future tense. Like, he says the teacher is not busy. Now here the reporting verb is in present tense. It's not in the past tense. So the tense in the actual speech does not change. He says that the teacher is not busy. Look at another example here. She will say they are hungry. Now will say is simple future tense. It's not the past tense. So tense does not change in the actual speech. She will say that they are hungry. Now the second rule says if the exact words are a universal truth, verb tenses do not change at all. For example, the man said to us, honey is sweet. You know honey is sweet. It is true everywhere. The man told us that honey is sweet. I hope you have understood tense change exceptions. Except these two occasions, except on these two occasions, tense usually changes. Would you like to try an exercise? Yes. Now try to turn the following into indirect speech. Pause the video and take a piece of paper, write down your answers. Okay, welcome back. Let's see the answers now. The teacher said the sun rises in the east. Now let's see the answer. The teacher said that the sun rises in the east. Tense does not change because it's a universal truth. He will say I am busy. The answer is he will say that he is busy. The reason is, now this is actually because the reporting verb is in future tense, it's not in the past tense. So there is no change in tense. Now my friend says I never believe her. My friend says that he or she never believes her. No change because the reporting verb is in the present tense. Next, Sunita has said I have just finished my interview. This changes to Sunita has said that she has just finished her interview. Now here this is actually present tense, so it does not change. And the next one is a universal truth, like Swarup said to his friend, honesty is the noblest virtue. Swarup told his friend that honesty is the noblest virtue. So there's no change in the tense because this is a universal truth. And Kumar says a friend in need is a friend indeed. Kumar says that a friend in need is a friend indeed. There is no change in the tense because it's actually the reporting verb is in the present tense and this is truth, a universal truth too. Now let's look at the next change, that's a fifth change, adverbs of time and place. Now becomes then. This becomes, keep guessing, that. These becomes those. Here becomes, yes, you're right, there. Ago becomes before. Today becomes that day. Tonight becomes that night. Tomorrow becomes the day after, the next day. Yesterday becomes the day before or the previous day. Last night becomes, you're right, the previous night or the night before. Next week becomes the following week. Now these are adverbs of time and place. They change from direct speech to indirect speech this way. Now let's look at the final thing, that's modal verbs. Will becomes would. Shall most of the times becomes would, very rarely should. Can becomes could. May becomes might. Must becomes had to. Okay, that's it. These are the modal verbs and how actually they change from direct speech to indirect speech. This is how they change from direct speech to indirect speech. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you have anything to discuss, please write down your comments in the comment section. So I'll try to answer them. And that's all for this video. I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Again, please don't forget to share this, like this, and subscribe. Thank you.